Hey everyone, welcome to Plants and Politics. So, an online company called Rage On has filed a lawsuit against the e commerce shopping platform known as Shopify. Now, even if you're not familiar with Shopify, you probably purchased products using their technology because that's what they are. They essentially lend out to let people purchase their technology, which allows companies to easily set up an online store and people can create pages with product listings. And they also provide the technology for people to check out on those online stores, and they provide other information and details like coupon codes and so forth. So here's the deal. Here's what's going on with this lawsuit. Rage On is a company that allows users to upload images and logos to be sold on clothing items, as well as face masks or coffee mugs and more. And they have over 1 million customers. So this is not a small company. And if you look at their website, the vast majority of the products sold on their page or on their pages have to do with cats. And yes, that means cats, as in the fluffy animals. But Shopify didn't end their relationship with them because of cats. They terminated the relationship with Rage On because some of the products being sold on their site included Confederate flags or QAnon, references to QAnon, the Proud Boys, the Boogaloo Boys, or pro-Nazi images. And at least for now, the law appears to be on Shopify's side. And I'm not sure if I 100% agree with this, but here's what happened. So a Superior Court judge in Ontario ruled that although Rage On can seek damages through a civil suit, this lawsuit now isn't valid. They said that Shopify doesn't have to assume the risk associated with the products on Rage On's site. And they also said Rage On could go and just use a different platform because there are other platforms out there. There's WooCommerce, there's different technology that can be used, but I'm sure it is a total pain in the butt and would cost them time and money to swap everything out, to change everything over. And now the judge ruled this way because they said that Shopify issued repeated warnings and they told Rage On, you need to remove these problematic items from your site. In fact, from what I read, they gave them 3 warnings and then they pulled the plug. But the judge said Rage On violated Shopify's acceptable use policy. Like I said, I'm not 100% sold on this. This is kind of a tough call because yes, Shopify is a private company. And so, of course, as a private company, they have the right to refuse service to companies or people who they don't want to be associated with. But I don't know. It's tough because this could bleed into other areas. I mean, I get that neo-Nazis, QAnon believers, they're not a protected class, right? They weren't born neo-Nazis or conspiracy theorists, so they're not protected under the law in that way. They make their choices. They choose their insane beliefs. So there's that. They can choose to not believe those things. My concern, though, is what if all of a sudden it became taboo to talk about or sell paraphernalia with some other idea? What if all of a sudden people said, oh, the logos and anything having to do with Hello Kitty is offensive. And all of a sudden Hello Kitty started being used like Pepe the Frog. And for those of you who aren't familiar, Pepe the Frog is this green frog, as most frogs are, that has now become a symbol of white nationalism, of white supremacists. And so that has become kind of a symbol of hate. What if people started using the Hello Kitty logo as a symbol of hate? I mean, the original company that created Hello Kitty could sue them, but would that mean that anybody then who used Hello Kitty on their clothing or mugs or whatever the case may be would get banned from sites like this? Or what if it wasn't something that was trademarked like Hello Kitty? It could be anything. What if it was a vegan logo or an pollution or anti-climate change or anti-factory farming message, whatever the case may be, could a company then be deplatformed for that? You know, there's a lot of people out there, there's a lot of corporations out there who use their wealth and power, and they start these campaigns against people and companies that might undermine their bottom line. It's been done for a long time. When we were trying to get the truth in our country about tobacco, the tobacco companies, they took tactics that you would not believe to discredit doctors who spoke out, to discredit scientists. They literally hired like spooks. They hired spies to spy on these people who spoke out against their product because it would affect their bottom line. And they launched campaigns against them to basically make them look like lunatics, to deplatform them. And it's done all the time. So who's to say that that wouldn't happen with something else? And don't get me wrong, I loathe with every fiber of my being anything related to the Confederacy, racism, misogyny, any form of bigotry. And I believe the QAnoners are out of their freaking minds and need help. But this, as with deplatforming some people on social media, can easily become a slippery slope. And there could be unintended consequences for anyone who doesn't go along with the group think, right? Anyone who doesn't have mainstream views, or anybody who might want to expose wrongdoing or corruption. So should items expressly depicting hate and violence be removed? Absolutely. Positively, no doubt about it. But do we really want to allow a few major companies to decide what we can and can't see, or what people can and can't buy, just because certain segments of the population don't agree with it, or they find the idea or group or message offensive? If it's not specifically calling for violence or depicting hate, I just don't think that we want to do that. I think there's a great danger in giving large companies that kind of power. Just something to think about, guys. It's a tough one. All right. As always, thanks so much for watching and listening. Take care. I will talk with you soon.